Hello and welcome to Nitro Talk. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to be discussing this engine right here, the SH PT2010 XB-HCP. This is the engine with one of the SH engines with the temp sensing cooling head that we discussed in a former video. Really quickly though, before we get into that, if you checked out the video on the HPI RS4 Corvette here, first of all, that stance is lovely. If you remember, the body on this thing was really badly cracked in the front, and I said that I needed to do a shoe goo repair on it, and I'll let you see here, get a little light behind here. You can see how badly cracked that it was, right? It was coming apart, but some shoe goo, and now look at what we got, a lovely solid front end on there. Beautiful. Shoe goo is the absolute, there's no comparison. There's nothing else in the same category as shoe goo for these body repairs. Anyways, all right, let's get to oh yeah, I check out if you would like to know more about repairing bodies with shoe goo and drywall tape used for reinforcement, check out my video on it. All right, let me get rid of that. We're going to discuss the SH yada yada. So we disassembled and took a look at this engine in a previous video. It is an 8-port engine. It's not at the very top of the SH line. It's upper mid is about what I would call this. I believe I paid around $169 or so for this engine, which in my opinion is a great deal. I ran the engine with this vintage 2-piece SH Golden Lion Femca 0508 pipe, and it performed beautifully. I think this would be a good spot to go ahead and check out some footage of the engine running, and then we'll come back and discuss it. About another 8, so I'm going to give it that right now. And I'm going to see, before I head back up, I'm going to see exactly how that feels. I think our bottom end is still lovely. That top end feels better. We have nothing resembling a lean bog at all. I don't purposely go to a point where I have to back it off. Basically, I will lean it until it gives me what I want on the track, right? That's what I do. I'll lean it until it runs lovely on the track, and then I'll just run it right there as it is. Now that could mean, I thought about it, I'm like, the first thing I thought was, it could mean that I'm leaving a fair bit of power on the table by not leaning it out more, right? Which is definitely true, but it also could mean that I'm running it right on the edge of max power right before it lean bogs, right? Because unless you get to a lean bog and then come back, you never really know how close you are to a lean bog. You know what I mean? I'm kind of rambling, but So, my opinion, I really like the engine. Yes, I do tend to like SH engines. I have a few of them. I've been running them for quite a long time. SH engines, generally speaking, have been very good to me. I've gotten great performance, pretty much without exception. I did have with the PT003 engine, that's the engine with the green head, the temp sensing head. It comes with the same carburetor that comes on here. Now, the SH engines generally will come with two different carburetors, one composite and one aluminum. The metal carb works great. I've been running it. It's the carburetor that comes on the PT2010 XB-HCP. This carburetor, which came on the PT003, I did have problems with. That engine, I could not, I wasn't able to break it in until I swapped out that carburetor on that engine. So going into it, most of the SH engines that I have the metal carb. So going in, I was a little apprehensive, but this particular composite carb on this engine operates beautifully, lovely. Like it all the way around. Also, and this is kind of a side note, this engine was not broken in at all. I'm doing an experiment to see what happens when you don't break in an engine whatsoever. I don't really think, my opinion, that much will happen different than had it been broken in. But I am doing some experimenting on that. I've been, making videos. I'll have that in the future. I got to wait till I get about a gallon on this. I got a couple quarts or so on it right now. I want to have at least a gallon before I tear it down and inspect it for the final part of that video on no breaking in. But this engine was not broken in. It was started and immediately started leaning out, got a box tune and took it right to the track. And it performed beautifully as you see in the video there. I feel that it was giving me all that I need out of an engine. Great top end, great bottom end throttle response. I was able to get a great tune out of it easily, and I had a great time with it that day. I wanted to, now I'm not going to tear this down, but I wanted to pull the head off of it just because I have not had the head off since the initial run. And I always like to, when I'm breaking in an engine, even though this wasn't technically broken in, after the first time running an engine, I like to pull the head off and inspect in the combustion chamber and just take a peek ski in there and see what's going on. So let's take these head bolts off of here and we'll take a look inside. Did I put an SH plug in here, or did I run the stock? I believe I did, yes. So this engine came with, I got a great deal on this, came with some extra goodies. But one was an extra glow plug. It came with a glow plug in it, and it came with a spare, as well as a piston removal tool and a set of clutch shoes. Little bonus package I got there. So that's the original SH plug that came in it, and it worked great. All right, let's pull this off. Let's see what's going on underneath. Got a nice tight fit. And about what I expected to see. Let's take the head shims off. A little bit of discoloration. Maybe if you let's get zoomed in there close. How close can we get? On the glow plug there is some deposits that you'll see. That's from running it rich. When you first start the engine, right? When you're breaking in the engine, it's going to be rich when you first fire it up. The factory settings are rich. That's where you're going to get a lot of those deposits like that. Once you lean the engine out and it is running near a race tune, you'll get very little deposit, depending on different fuels. If you have certain fuels, they'll change it colors in there, blue and orange and whatnot. Anyways, I'm getting off the subject here. But I certainly don't see anything alarming in there. The glow plug still looks good. Got a nice shine on the element of the glow plug. What I will do to this, I won't put this right back on. I will clean this. And how I will do it is I'll hit it with my degreaser, my LA's famous degreaser that I use. Hit it with a toothbrush and then rinse it off and dry it with some compressed air. So I'll do that real quick and I'll BRB. All right, so, and I took extra special care to dry this thoroughly. You don't want any moisture remaining on here. And I also I will throw a glow igniter on and light it up to make sure that any moisture, there's no moisture down in there, anywhere. Totally bone dry. Anyways, gorgeous. Come out beautiful, nice and clean. So we're ready to put that back on there. And I'll also take a peek down into the cylinder. And we got just a little bit of color on top of the piston. Nothing alarming. Yeah, it looks totally fine. Got a good, you see the sleeve coming up there. Got a good pinch on that thing still. So anyways, all right, so that's basically it. My review, you could call it, I guess, of the PT2010 XB-HCP with its temp sensing cooling head. It tells temperature shitty, but it runs really good, my opinion. I've had the discussion a few times about, there are engine snobs who look down on SH engines. Hey, I respect everyone's opinion, and I get it. If money were no object, I probably would run OS speeds exclusively. But money is an object for me, and I find that the 3 or 4 SH engines that I can get for the price of one OS speed engine, I get much more enjoyment out of the 3 SH engines. Anyways, I'm rambling. Of course, we're exercising our crisscross applesauce pattern when we tighten up our cooling head, and make sure that you don't need to put the piston at the bottom when it isn't hot, but I always put it there anyway it's just a force of habit. Give a feel to the compression. Compression feels great. It's, like I said, it's got half a gallon or so on it. So it is still fresh. I'm running it, if anyone is interested, with the Works Racing Power Clutch. Classic vintage clutch. I've been running it for years and really, really dig it. I'd run it all the time if shoes were readily available and well priced, which they are not. All right, I rambled enough. I'm going to get her out here soon. You know, it's getting to be that time of year. The weather's cooling off, and to me, that is the track weather. And I'm certainly looking forward to it. Here in Central Florida, winter time is track time. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all next time, hopefully soon. Thank you very much. Have a great day.